G'day. The subject of today's video is a bootleg, or a fake kit, and I apologise in advance if I sound odd. I have a cold. So before we get too far, this topic is sometimes a controversial one, depending on the fan base and context, and in some cases, bootlegs aren't necessarily evil. If I were to pick my stance with bootlegs in terms of a Facebook relationship for comparison, it's without a doubt complicated. While I build this very fake Clear Zero Jager, thanks to my fourth Azedo air compressor dying in the middle of my experimental Schneider painting and building, I'll give my thoughts on this kit and bootlegs in general, given that this kit is the perfect argument for bootlegs being okay. This Clear Jager itself is a bit of a pain in the neck to build, as are most of the BT fake kits, but for the price, the issues are often trivial and easily worked with. However, you will see that the blue armor coloring is off and quite pale. Although this doesn't really bug me, as I quite like the pale look. If I wanted to change this, I could easily use a clear blue lacquer to bring the pieces back to the more accurate shade. A problem that is kind of annoying, however, is a bit of a luck of the draw. If you pick up one of these fake BT kits, sometimes the sprues are warped and make areas of the kit really annoying to build, but you can fix them. But I guess that's the trade-off with the price and territory. The Clear Jager itself was only made as part of the Clear CAS, as far as I can recall, which had all three armor systems included in one and was limited. Here in Australia, there is currently only one legitimate Zero CAS set for sale that I know of, and the asking price is $2,000, and perhaps someday somebody other than me will be happy to pay that, but from what I've seen, it's been sitting for quite a long time, and I'm personally not comfortable to pay such a price. The problem is, I haven't really seen any other Clear CAS sets popping up, so options are limited to paying a steep number, going without, or purchasing a fake. And as obvious, I took the fake route. Currently, the clear fake BT kits are between 70 and 90 Australian dollars delivered, which I can't exactly argue with when they're stacked against thousands. Given that the stock non-clear Kodo Zero kits are sold from anywhere between 150 to 200 when they're in stock in Australia, it's fairly reasonable. It also just so happens that BT produced the two Zeros that I actually wanted, the Panzer and Jager, before being shut down, leaving the basic Zero and Schneider unobtainable. Stacking the BT fakes against the standard Panzer and Jager from Koto, there's an obvious difference in quality in the molding. Most folks wouldn't notice too much different outside of the much harder assembly and tighter fits, which is easily fixed if you bore the joining holes where needed. So if you tackle the assembly with a little bit extra effort, they come out pretty solid. The moral issue remains, however. They're not official, therefore they hurt Koto, some may argue. I disagree with a sentiment like this because Koto produced them in limited numbers and they've been sold out for years. This isn't a current product, planned or produced by Koto anytime soon, I'd say. This means any fake clear kits won't have a lasting impact on Koto's profits unless they decided to up and manufacture them once again. And in that case, I would say, and personally would go official of course. And here's where it gets complicated. There are many old fakes of Sabres and Ligers floating around for often cheap prices and are knockoffs of rotated, still produced Koto kits. Is it okay to purchase them? My first plan of action when I hunt a specific Zoid is checking local sellers and Google searching to verify stock being unavailable or not. If it is, I try second-hand means such as eBay or Marketplace, and then from there I expand to outward sources such as international. Now the two good reasons. If a kit did pop up at a local seller, I generally save up my shinies and stay local. But if I get to the secondary market and the price is above, more often than not, way above retail value, and people are trying to make a buck off you, I skip over them in a heartbeat. If there's none internationally available for a decent price, I move on to bootlegs. Because being in Australia, the shipping from anywhere is absolutely murderous. It should also be noted that we pay almost double, if not more than double the Japanese retail price on Kodo products here in Australia. One point I might stress also in favour of the bootlegs, if you're like me and you have a bunch of variants of a singular Zoid, say the Sabres, it's handy to keep a bootleg for spare parts because the more expensive genuine kits are better built than pulled apart for pieces. To wrap it up, I believe the fakes have a place and I am by no means telling you to purchase bootlegs, but hopefully my input would help you decide whether they're the devil or not. There will be further bootleg kits done as custom, terrain pieces, or builds on this channel in the future, and when necessary I will be harsh on them just as I am with every other kit. If you want to see the Schneider custom, it's quite close, keep an eye out, my new compressor just arrived and I've finished all of the main spraying. That's about it for now, have a good one.